There's a room in your home right now that's raising your blood pressure. You walk through it today, you didn't notice. I know you watch what you eat, you get your steps in, you take the supplements. Then you go home and your house takes some of it back. 90% of your life happens indoors. 9,000 people will follow through their day to work that out. So the air you breathe, the temperature you sit in, and the light you see are all being decided by a building. I'm an architect and I've surveyed a lot of houses. The things making the most damage never make it onto a renovation list. So in this video, I'll walk you through the 6 compromises I've never lived with. Each one comes with a 10-second test you can run in your house tonight while you're sitting and watching me on your TV. Incredible, right? Yeah, exactly that. Stay with me until the end because number 6 shortens lives. Number 1, the air you cook in. Stanford University measured the air in 53 kitchens with gas cooking. Without a working extract fan, nitrogen dioxide passed the level the EPA calls unhealthy outdoors within a few minutes of switching the burners on. Small kitchens were worse. The test. Go and look above your stove. Find the pipe. If a duct goes through the wall or up through the ceiling, you're extracting. If there's a plastic grill on the front of the hood blowing warm air back at you, you're recirculating. That hood is taking out grease and smell and returning the nitrogen dioxide to the room. I thought about 3 fixes. The first one is the cheapest one. Cook on the back burners. Berkeley Lab tested 15 installed hoods and capture on the back burners ran up towards 90%, while the front burners came in around a third, because the hood only covers part of them. This fix is free and you can start it tonight. The other fix will be switching the fan on before the pan goes on and leave it running 10 minutes after you finish. The particles stay up in the air after the cooking stops. And the last fix will be changing the carbon filter if you're just recirculating. That needs to be done every 6 months. If you're doing any kitchen work at all, why don't you install an extractor fan as opposed to a recirculating one? Trust me, that's much better. However, it involves opening up works and doing stuff that you better consult with your own professional before you start thinking doing it. Number 2, the room nobody heats. I'm referring to any spare bedroom you might have in your house. You know, the one with the door shut to save money. The World Health Organization puts the safe indoor minimum at 18 degrees Celsius, which is around 64 Fahrenheit. Sit below that for months and your blood pressure might run higher. That's a load on your heart every winter, possibly for years. So here's the test. Why don't you buy a cheap thermometer with a humidity readout? Leave it in that room overnight and look at it in the morning. Here's what I will do then. There's 2 numbers to hold in your mind. Above 18 degrees and under 60% humidity. Because a cold room grows mold in the corners and that ends up in your chest. Number 3, the noise you've stopped hearing. Traffic, the boiler, a fridge that got louder over the years. The thing is that you probably adapted, so generally it doesn't bother you. Your body carries on reacting anyway, and at night it breaks your sleep into pieces you'll never remember in the morning, right? So the World Health Organization puts the nighttime limit for traffic noise at 45 decibels. So here's my test for you. Download a free sound meter app. Go in your bedroom, lights off, phone on the pillow and watch it for a minute. Because sound comes through the gaps before going through the glass, here's what I will do. Run your hand around the window frame at night and feel for the draft. Where air gets in, noise gets in. So what you need to do is effectively blocking these gaps with some type of foam. You can also use heavy lined curtains, hung wide so they overlap the wall either side. Also, I suggest you to move the bed off the wall you share with the road or the neighbor. This one really costs you nothing and is the single best improvement you can make. Quick one before number 4. You are 3 items in and you really got 3 jobs, don't you? A list of mistakes you can walk around the house with tonight. You can download this from my website. I will leave all the links in the description of the video below, as well as you can scan the QR code on screen for those of you who are watching me on the TV. The service is called Casa Reset and it's a one-to-one consultation with me online. Again, all the links in the description below. All right, that's it. Number 4 now. Number 4, nothing green in sight. A surgeon in Pennsylvania compared patients recovering from the same operation on the same ward. The one whose window faced trees went home sooner and asked for less pain relief than the ones facing a brick wall. So here's my test for you. Sit in the chair you actually use and look straight ahead. What's there? Well, if the answer is a wall, a fence, or maybe, I don't know, a television, turn that chair. take the clutter off the windowsill, clean the glass and take down the net curtain, because both are eating your daylight. If unfortunately there's nothing green outside, what you can do, which is within your remit, is to put something green inside. Just put it very visible, maybe on the windowsill, and not in the corner where you'll forget to water it. Number 5, the convenience trap. Now, this is the one where clients mostly argue with me about. Everything on one floor, everything within arm's reach. That's what people ask me for, and it's the last thing I'd bid for myself, actually. The thing is that your home is that place where you move without deciding to do so. Researchers have a name for that, non-exercise activity, and it accounts for a bigger share of what you burn in a day than the gym does. Can you believe that? Designing out of a house and a couple of thousand steps a day go with it. So here's the test for you. From where you're sitting now watching me, how many steps to the kettle and to the bathroom? If the answer to all of it is below 10 steps, that might be an issue. So here's what I would do instead. Obviously, I'm not talking about, hiding things in the house or doing thousands of steps a day just to get a kettle. However, if you want to really counterbalance aging, you need to move. So the best way is to make sure that you put things not in the immediate surroundings, but probably, you need to make a few steps. That's what I'm saying. Number 6, the house that keeps you alone. I think that's the one that rarely is referred to as architecture, and wrongly. A review of 148 studies, 300,000 people found that weak social connection carries a mortality risk on the scale of smoking. Your house is either making company easy or actually awkward. So here's my test for you. Where does a visitor sit? Go and look. Is there a second decent chair by the good window, or is the whole room aimed at one seat and a screen? Get the second chair right. Same quality as yours, angles towards your chair, so conversation are easy and sort of intentional. Get a table that seats 4 even if you're 1. People stay longer at a table than on a sofa. Then we could also look at the front of your house. A light that comes on when someone passes by, or a clear path. All I'm saying is that I would like to see a sort of welcoming entrance to your house. These are really small things, but trust me, they make a huge difference in the way you live in your home and the way you age in it. Thanks for watching the video. Please let me know in the comments below, are any of these compromises something that you want to tackle on tonight? Well, you've got the actions now, so it's really up to you to make the most out of your home. As always, if you like my content, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. If you've got a real decision coming, whether that's extending your house or sort of looking at the layout, remodeling it, wherever, I've got this new service for you, which is called Casa Reset. It's a one-to-one consultation online. You can do it from wherever you are in the world, and I think it's very helpful, sort of give you direction from my expert point of view as an architect. So I left all the links in the description below, so go and check it out. Remember that I post every Sunday afternoon, so until the next one, ciao.